Welcome to this week's Winter Journal Reflection. As we move through the season of wintering, I invite you to slow your pace, soften your breath, and create a quiet, sacred space for yourself. Whether you're listening while the world feels rushed, wrapped in a favorite blanket at home, or stealing a few still moments in the midst of full days, know that this time is an invitation to rest, to listen, and to receive. This week, we'll be exploring when it all falls away and allowing this thought to gently shape our prayers, reflections, and intentions. Winter reminds us that not all growth is visible and that God often does his deepest work in the unseen places of our lives. As you listen and later reflect in your journal, remember this practice is not about striving or fixing. It's about presence, about trusting that even now, even here, God is faithfully at work within you, nurturing what will one day bloom. So settle in, open your heart, and let's begin this week's journey together, honoring the sacred collaboration unfolding between you and your Creator in this quiet and meaningful season. Week 3, when it all falls away. Winter is the season of the great falling away, when every leaf has released its hold, when the last harvest has been gathered, when the world strips down to its essential elements. In this bare honesty, we see creation as it truly is, not adorned with spring's promise or summer's abundance, but standing in its fundamental strength and beauty. There are seasons in our lives that mirror winter's stark revelation, when circumstances strip away the comfortable layers we've built around ourselves, when loss reveals what we thought was essential was actually ornamental, when difficulty burns away everything except what truly matters. These seasons of falling away can feel devastating, yet they often become the very places where we discover our deepest strength and truest identity. When it all falls away, we're invited to see ourselves as God sees us, not defined by our roles, achievements, or external circumstances, but loved for our fundamental being. The tree stripped of its leaves is still magnificent. Its structure, its strength, its essential nature remains. So too with us when life's adornments fall away. This is winter's profound gift, the revelation that we are enough. We are valuable. We are deeply loved even when everything we thought defined us has been stripped away. In the falling away, we discover what remains. And what remains is always more beautiful and more enduring than what was lost. Observations of seasonal living. What falls away often reveals what was always meant to remain. The most beautiful structures are visible only when adornments are removed. Stripping away can be painful, but also profoundly clarifying. Our essential self is always more resilient than our external circumstances. Sensory notes, texture, the rough honesty of bare bark and the stark beauty of winter bones. Sound, wind moving through empty branches and the profound silence of snow. Scent, the clean simplicity of winter air and the earthy truth of dormant ground. Feeling, the vulnerability of being seen clearly in the strength of what endures. I know I'm not the only one who has experienced walking through a season of loss that felt like it affected every single area of my life. It's so disorienting. Not only in how you live day to day, but down to the very core of who you are. Who are you when everything around you changes? A divorce or a death leaves you without the title of wife or partner. The career path changes and you no longer have the title or status of that position to hold up, or if we're really going to go there, to hide behind. I didn't realize how many things I had covered myself with until they all fell away. Layers and layers of identity that I thought were me. but were really just things I was wearing. It felt vulnerable and exposing at first, like I was standing there with nothing to protect me, nothing to define me, until it felt like freedom. I wish it didn't have to be this way, but it seems like in our humanity, we will reach for comfort over communion every single time. And communion, real connection with God, with ourselves, and what's true, that's actually what we're craving, isn't it? But we can often choose to settle for the comfortable things that cover us instead. So here's what I would love to be looking you right in the eyes and saying, when it all falls away, you'll find your God right there in the middle of all the loss, helping you catch your breath. And not only does he help you catch your breath, but he'll help you breathe differently and deeper than you ever have before. I used to fear that I would be defined by my winter season, that people would think of loss when they thought of me. And now I hope they do, because the deeper breath I'm able to take after a winter season, the fuller life that I'm able to live, that's the testimony to the transformation of winter. The loss became the doorway to finding what was real all along. Prompts to prayerfully process. Seasons of falling away are rarely chosen, but often sacred. They invite us to distinguish between what we've added to ourselves and who we actually are. In these times, we discover that our worth doesn't depend on our accomplishments, or our identity isn't found in our roles, and our value isn't determined by what we produce. What has been falling away in your life recently? Roles, relationships, dreams, or expectations? How might God be using this stripping away to reveal something beautiful about who you truly are? What remains when everything else falls away, and how can you find your strength there? Psalm 34:18 reminds us that even in our most fragile moments, we are not alone. If your heart is broken, you'll find God right there. If you're kicked in the gut, he'll help you catch your breath. Season of now. Sit quietly and imagine a tree in winter. Bare branches reaching toward the sky, roots deep in the earth, essential structure clearly visible. There's no shame in this barrenness, no need to apologize for what has fallen away. Place your hands on your legs and feel the solid reality of your body, the steady rhythm of your breath, the faithful beating of your heart. These remain, regardless of what circumstances have changed around you. Think about what has fallen away in your life recently. Perhaps a job, a relationship, a dream, a version of yourself you've outgrown. Instead of focusing on the loss, consider what this falling away has revealed about your core strength. Whisper this truth: God, when everything else falls away, you remain. When I am stripped down to my essence, I am still your beloved. Help me see the beauty in what endures. Natural observation. Notice how trees stand in winter, not defeated by their bareness, but dignified in their essential form. Their structure, previously hidden by leaves, is now clearly visible. The strong trunk, the graceful curve of branches, the intricate network that supports life. The falling away hasn't diminished the beauty. It has revealed a different kind of magnificence. The earth, too, shows its bones in winter. The fundamental geography that was always there but now stands clearly revealed. What seemed like emptiness is actually clarity. What appeared to be loss is actually truth unveiled. What season surrounds you in this moment? Describe what you see outside your window, what you feel on your skin, what you hear in the air. If the bare trees could speak about their winter beauty, what would they tell you about falling away? What essential part of yourself has been revealed through recent seasons of stripping away? How might God be using what feels like loss to show you what truly matters? Sacred awareness, sacred pauses. What strength did you discover this week when other supports fell away? Where did you find beauty and simplicity rather than adornment? Divine details. How did God show up in moments when you felt most stripped down? What unexpected gifts emerged from times of falling away? Spirit's movement. What is your heart learning about identity when external things are removed? How is your understanding of what truly matters shifting in this season? Sacred spaces. Where do you feel most accepted in your essential, unadorned self? What space helps you remember your worth beyond what you do or achieve? "90 Days of Intention, Week 3. Growth. How did I find strength in what remains when other things fell away? Reflection. What is God showing me about my true identity through this season of stripping away? Celebration. How will I honor my true self that endures through every season? The God that designed and formed you knows you better than you know yourself. Your Creator planted the seeds of His image uniquely in you and desires to co-labor with you in revealing the beauty of His goodness and mercy in the world. He desires to walk with you through every season and is faithful to complete what He started in you.